Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make these wonderful fuchsias. So this is the largest one, and you've got the medium one, and then you've got the little itty bitty baby ones. So these are made using the beautiful petal die set from Sentimentally Yours, and we're going to be using the 4-petaled ones. Now I'll show you which ones I'm using as we go along. So I've used a combination of Distress Oxide inks as well as Phil's chalky paints. So I've used the metallic paints as well as the normal ones. So you'll see with this one's been done using the metallic paint, and you can see if I move it about in the light, it's got a sheen to it. And the main part of the flower has been done with the normal chalky paints. All of these have been made out of scraps of card. I don't know whether you all accumulate card. This is just my scraps, and you can cut your flowers and your sentiments, and it comes in quite handy. So don't throw all your scraps away. Even pieces like this can be used for your sentiments. I mean, this one is nearly 2 centimetres wide, so big enough for most of your sentiments. You've got some larger pieces. So these are what the flowers have been cut out of. So as well as the white card and the Distress Oxide and the chalky paints, you're going to need your tweezers, both the pointy tip, you can see here, the pointy tip, just be careful because they are sharp, and also the other ones. I couldn't work without these, and these are both from Sentimentally Yours. And along with that, you're going to need a heat gun. Not a heat gun, yeah, what do you call it? Hot glue gun. So I've got mine heating up already, and I'm just using a bit of a craft sheet to stop it going onto my mat. Now, is there anything else that yes, the stamens that I've used for them, they come double-ended in a variety of shapes. You've got the larger ones, then I've got some smaller ones here, and they're double-ended. So all we're going to do after we've added colour to them, if we want, is to double them up, keeping them different lengths, and to cut them in half. And I'll show you how we put these together. These are not currently on Phil's website, but I've had a word with him and he tells me that they may be coming soon. So keep your eye out for these. Don't tell him I told you, otherwise I should be in trouble. Right, to start off with the stamens, with the larger ones, I've just used 3 of them together, and all I'm going to do is put them at different levels so that we get them staggered. And I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm going to cut, or I am when I can find my scissors, I'm going to cut them in half. Now, I found keeping them together is the best way to add them to your flowers. So all we're going to do is use your hot glue gun and put it all around the base. Leave it a little minute for it to cool down. I know my glue gun doesn't get that hot, so I can use mine or I can touch mine virtually straight away. And you can twist it about, and then all of the stamens stay together, and we can just cut any excess off that we don't need. Obviously, for the larger ones, you need the full length, and these are, what are they, 3.5 centimetres, whereas I've done some for the smaller ones and they're probably 2 centimetres, and others anywhere in between, so they're probably 2.5 to 3. So you can colour these with your Distress Oxides and your chalky paints with whatever application you want to use, whether you swipe it through the ink, whether you use a paintbrush, I was just going to say a toothbrush, whether you can use a paintbrush or however, or the paint daubers, it doesn't really matter how you add your colour. So the larger flowers is using the 2 larger dies. So that's the larger one. The medium one is using the second one down. So that's the smallest. So this is number 2 and number 3. So using number 2 and number 3. And the small ones, where's the small ones gone? Here they are. So the small one, you're using number 1 and number 2. So just to give you an idea of size, the larger one is 4 centimetres. The medium one is 3.5, and the smaller one is 2.5. Okay, so to put them on your cards when you've done them, you can fold them and glue them down like this. So you're folding one side. Now, I would suggest using the hot glue gun because it secures it straight away. You can use your wet glue, but you may need to hold it for a little while. So let's put our dies to one side, and I'll put my tweezers to one side and put the flowers out of the way, and I'll bring it in some. Now, when you've added the colour to your petals, you'll need to let it thoroughly dry, because I don't know whether you've felt the petals after you've added colour to them, but it makes them a little bit weaker. So once they're dry, the card hardens out again. And as you can see, I've done a purpley one, and I've just edged the white of that. I've used metallic paint on this one, and I've done them all the same colour. This is a white base with a metallic paint, and this again is the Distress Oxide. So I'll put a couple together for you so that you can see how they're done. I did just show you how to do the stamens. So I'll go with the larger one so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit more. So what you need to do with your pointy tweezers, and with the right side of the flower facing up, you need to put the tweezers in the middle of the petal and squeeze up. And we do this all the way around the flower. So we do that, and we're going to repeat that on each of them. For each flower, we're going to be using 3 of the second size down and 1 of the larger. So this is the largest flower, so we're using the largest one, which is for the base, and we're using the next one down, which you want 3 of, for the flower itself. So continue shaping these up, and when you're adding colour to the petals, you need to do it both sides. Obviously, I've only edged this one, but I've edged the other side as well. But with the larger one here, you can see that I've put colour both sides. And you can see for the others that I've done, they've been done both sides. It's just that when you bend the petals up, you can see both inside and outside. So this is where we're going to start to put it together. So to start to put it together, you take one of the smaller petals and you add hot glue to the centre of it. And all you do is you add your stamen in the centre and you squeeze up the centre of the flower like this. You can remove any strings or anything as it's cooling down or after you've finished. So you want to hold this tight just so that that glue can set. Now this will be the centre of your flower. So this one wants to be squeezed up tight to it. You can add glue up the petals if you want to keep this closed. But I think once we've got it together, you'll find that it stays that way. So take the next one down, add your glue to the centre. Now you want to offset it so that the petals don't all fall in the same place. And again, scrunch that up. And repeat that with the last layer. Adding glue into the centre, again, offsetting it. And scrunch that up. Now you can leave that somewhere to dry, and this is why I'm saying to use a hot glue gun, because otherwise you'll be waiting for your wet glue to dry. And you need a fair amount on the first one when you put the first lots of stamens in, otherwise the stamens won't stay upright, they'll just flop over. So once you've got that done, then we go to the larger one. Let me straighten that out because I've... So now we want the right side facing up again. And this time we're going to do it in the opposite direction. So the other ones we did... No, in actual fact, they're the... No, we want to be doing it in the opposite direction, so you want to be having it going up. Apologies. Just looking at my finished ones in front of me. So they want to be facing up because this is actually going to be facing down like this. So this is going to stick in the centre like this. Okay, so we want to add glue to the centre of this. And then add the other piece into the middle. And just hold it there a little while whilst it dries. And then what you can do with this is you can pull out the bottom petals and then you can just shape in your fingers the other layers so that they fan out a little bit. But leave the centre one where you've put the stamens in the middle. Bunched up around the stamen, so you can see there we've got your finished flower. So I'll do that with one of the others. I'll try one of the smaller ones. So we'll do this one, the white one. This is the smaller one. So again, we need to take the 3, and this one is... The insides are from the smallest one, so you want 3 of those. And remember, colour both sides. and the next size going up. And this one I've left completely white. So you want 3 of the smaller ones and 1 of the bigger one. Now I've cut the stamens down a little bit so that it fits inside this one. And you're going to take your tweezers and pinch this back. And you're going to do it on all of them. So this is a metallic paint that I've used for this one. So we're just going to pinch them all. If you're happier doing them without the tweezers, then you can do. I just think this makes a bit more of a neater line. So pinch that all the way round. Then we're going to add our stamen. So we get the first one, add the hot glue to the centre and put the stamen in the middle and pinch it up. So we're going to pinch those up like that. Then we need to add glue into the centre of this one. And remember, you're going to offset it and squeeze it up. Add glue into the centre of the next one. Just into the centre. And offset it again. Hold it in place till it dries. And then we are going to shape these. So shape these up. We add glue to the centre. Excuse my dog barking, if you can hear it in the background. Again, we're going to offset this. Oh, this is a pretty one. Just wait for that to dry. It's always good to have something like a silicone mat underneath your glue gun so that it easily just comes straight off. So what you do once it's dried out is you can open this up and you can bend the flowers backwards, and there you've got the smaller one. Let's put that to one side, and I'll just do one more. I'll go back to the bigger ones again because that's easier to show. And what you're going to do with these is you're going to squeeze them up and squeeze it up. It's quite easy once you get into the rhythm of doing it. And squeeze those down. So it's up on the first layer and down on the bottom layer. Right, so first one on there, add your hot glue. Pull the strings away. Put the stamen in the centre and mould those together. Then add glue to the centre of the next one and offset the petals. Again, with the next one, glue gun in the centre. Offset the petals. Get all the little stringy bits out the way. So you can see these pointy tweezers come in really, really useful. Glue in the centre. Let's move this out of the way and bend the petals back and just curl them slightly at the end. As I say, you can do this with glue, but as you can see, oh, that bit hasn't stuck. So you can go back. I'm just doing this off camera. Obviously, I didn't catch that well enough with the glue. So bend them all back, leaving the centre one bunched up round the stamen. Get all the twiddly bits off it. And you can see there we've got another fuchsia. So these are the two that we've done today. And you can see that there's smaller ones. Let's get a different colour. There's a white, purple and white one there, and the smaller ones. So keep tuned into my channel. Please subscribe. Please click the like button. And I will be bringing you more flowers to make using Phil's dies. These were made with the beautiful petals, as you can see here, and we're using the 4 petaled flowers. So I'll leave those with you there. You can see what we've made, and I look forward to seeing your makes in the group. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.